Today, I want to show you how to accelerate your results in FamilySearch.org's AI-driven tool. We got a quick update yesterday on full text search during the first day of RootsTech 2025, where the team from Family Search briefly discussed their AI tools with full text search taking center stage. We learned that the search tool includes approximately 1.2 billion images, and that includes about 10 billion different names. Those names are of our ancestors, and they keep adding new records. They've also said they will continue to refine the tool, which is great news. What was a little bit disappointing is that the project will stay in labs, meaning they're continuing to work on it. And they have not yet added the features that I wanted to see, which is the ability to combine and sort your results. So for now, we have to continue to get through our results and find the answers, find our family records. That's why today I'm showing you how to accelerate this process. Here's the fast track to success. First, we want to start by searching by keyword. I've explained how to do that and the reasons behind it in my quick start tutorial. So take a quick look at that if you'd like to learn a little bit more. Today, we're going to talk about the other three strategies for success: scroll, filter, and don't filter. Okay, we have Grandpa in the keyword search box today. And when I hit search, I get 33 results. And you can see that the first three are court cases. So I'm ready to try a filter. Let's look at collections. When I do that, and I'm looking for Missouri, I see that under legal, there are 21 results. But that's actually a 21-page court document. So we're going to pass that one up, as well as marriages. This is the one that interests me today, Missouri migrations. I'm going to have to choose that one because I have no idea what that means. So let's take a look. And when I do that and hit apply, this is what I get. Neosho, Newton, Missouri cemetery records. Let's hover over it and we get the full title when we do that. I get a list of all of the documents that are in that record set, and yet I still don't see anything. I'm going to try one more thing, and that is I'm going to put on fact view, and I see additional names that I recognize, places, and potential years. So toggling that fact key off and on helps. And what I originally saw was also a dead giveaway because Grandpa owned a general store. When I click on that, I see that it is an article that my grandmother wrote for a local newspaper in 1966. It's the history of Florence, and it was published in Versailles, Missouri, all of which is in Morgan County, which is not in any of the records named up here. So the first thing we want to do is celebrate the find. I found Roma hiding once again. But she's hiding in Neosho in Newton County, Missouri, which is in the southwest corner of the state, nowhere near Morgan County, right here in the heart of Missouri. I want to see if I can figure out why Roma's article is listed in these Neosho records. For that, we need to go back to the source. So we want to see what this record is actually in, and the way we do that is to go to the grid. So we want to go view grid, and when we do that, we're going to flip backwards through those documents till we see this, a beginning and an end. And this particular one is the Niangua, Missouri Daughters of the American Revolution, and this was a collection in 1966, so that makes sense. The article was included, even though geographically they are not co-located or even close to one another. I have no idea how it ended up there, but there are other records in this collection. So it is a good example of you want to go outside your geographic area. Now let's look at an example of why you should not filter. I want you to roam through your results and keep an open mind. This time I put grandma in the keyword box, and the first two results are the ones that I want to discuss. I'm not going to use any of the filters, and part of that's because I only have 6 results. But even if you had a lot, you may want to scroll through and see if you find some things. Now, I don't remember anyone in my family living in Iowa, so I'm not sure about that one, but I see Roma Siegel, Florence, Missouri, which is the right name and the right place. Same is true of the second record. I see a date I recognize and son of Carl and Roma. But let's toggle that fact view off and see what else we get, because again, we get slightly different information with that button toggled on and off. So this time we get Roma. We also get locations, other names I recognize. So it is a good record for my family, even though Iowa isn't necessarily something I would relate to. The second one is also interesting. Again, it's a county that is not one of my counties. It is not where Roma lived. And if we toggle that on and off, that is where we see the son of Carl and Roma and a date. I know for a fact then that that is actually some record of their stillborn son from 1942. And when I click on that, I get indeed a list of people who are buried in the Florence Cemetery. Well, I still want to know what the source is. So I go back to the first page of this document. And when I do that, it is listed as the Methodist Church Cemetery, Florence, Morgan County, Missouri. So it is a good result, but it's something to keep in mind because this was collected in 1960, and there are 2 ways that this is incorrect of sorts. First, it does not fit into any of the record sets that are listed, date-wise or locality. So that's something to keep in mind. And this is also something that you might not know, but you might keep that open mind for your records, because my family is not buried in the Methodist Church Cemetery. It's actually the one right beside it, which belongs to the United Church of Christ, St. John's in Florence, Missouri. So if I looked for St. John's, it's not going to be in here. If I looked for or considered only the dates in the title, I would not find what I'm looking for. These examples highlight why you want to search broadly and not use place or date without investigating your options. Just remember, scroll, filter, and don't filter. Do you want to find your family gems? Hit subscribe, and I'll show you more tools that can revolutionize your genealogy research. Happy hunting!